tanks and his marines and quite a lot of medevacs. Got that
Absolutely.
siege tanks. Oh, but he stims!
Oh, he's gonna engage.
Oh man, he's just got quite a lot of bio right now, and he's just pummeling those tanks. Oh, dude. Oh, he needs to get this medevac out of there before he gets taken out.
He's gonna lose it.
Oh,
wow, barely saves it with the high ground there, but I think this was a huge mistake. If you see a huge army coming out, you should stay sieged at all costs because you have to wait for him to make the mistake. You have to wait for him to push into your line of siege tanks and make the critical mistake and lose a lot of units. You can't unsiege and push out to meet him in the middle of the map because he's going to be ready for it.
Yeah, when we already see that he's pushing up into the expansion of Dwango, but he wisely takes out his expansion up so he doesn't lose it. But he is going to be losing these refineries, and hopefully... Yep, Dwango does siege up on the high ground.
Oh, but huge mistake trying to push up this high ground. That is not good at all. I mean, there's tons of siege tanks up here, and his bio army actually took a lot of damage there.
Oh, but is he going to be losing this tech lab? This tech lab is whittling down to like 20, 25, and the SCVs are right there to repair it. But the research is not going to be finished in time.
Oh no,
my
he's going to lose his research. Oh no.
Oh, man, that
is a huge blunder. He did not even notice that. That is such a bad thing.
Oh man, but luckily he's got that, you know, that vision with siege tanks, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna lose the supply depot also. Oh, this is bad. He has supply block now at 62.
Oh, but he is taking out those reinforcements wisely up on that high ground. Oh, that tank's going to be gone, including those Marine Marauder. Boom!
Absolutely, that was actually a huge mistake by Erock. And Erock's pissed off now. He's going to try to push the front.
Oh!
Huge mistake!
Oh, my gosh!
He's going to lose all of this army, and there goes the contain. That was just a critical mistake.
Oh, he needs to pull back with those and medevacs and those siege tanks. He needs to go back.
He should actually just load up and leave right now because this is so bad right now.
But during that attack, he did decide to take his third. He's muling and SCVs all over the place on this third. So I mean, even though that he lost quite a bit of army, he is still getting ahead. I mean, in this game, but Dwango is going to be taking his second expansion and trying to move it towards the goal. Unfortunately, this is in the path of like I should say Erock's attack path.
Absolutely, it's like the exact attack path, and he hasn't taken out these rocks, and there's still siege tanks containing him, which are actually pulling back right now. So he's actually probably just gonna mule once and have to just pull back. Like, this is not optimal.
Oh no! Don't do it! Don't do it, Dwango!
No, he's doing it.
Ah, no!
He wants that 50 gold mineral that he's gonna probably get until this army comes back and goes, "What are you doing?"
Oh my gosh! He's not even gonna.
Oh, he didn't even get to mine. They're just gonna hold it.
Oh, dude! Look at the energy lost on that. You know that
is tremendous.
He might as well just muled in somebody's base. Like.
Yeah, he should have scanned Erock's base and dropped the mules there, because you might as well, right?
Of course, right?
So now Erock is doing the smart thing. He's actually going to take out these rocks and just he's gonna siege up along this line and take this expo, and that's actually not a huge mistake because if his siege tank line is in front of the expo, it's actually safe entirely. Even though it's technically on Dwango's attack path, he still has to go through the whole army to crush it. And if he goes through the whole army, he pretty much won the game at that point. So. Good call by Erock here. I definitely agree with this.
Yeah, especially getting it. Like you would say this is like a soft contain right now, you know, because he is able to still get back his expansion. He could go down to the lower ground and get his third expansion where that one gas is, but he really needs to, you know, start getting more minerals and, you know, get it more ahead because unfortunately. Erock has had this expansion for such a long time now, got a lot of defenses up with it, you know, and now he's going to be expanding to this gold.
Yeah, Erock has actually been mining from 2 extra bases for a very long time, and you can even see in the mineral account he is just banking it up, you know.
Yeah, he is definitely banking it up.
I got kids to feed.
I got kids. Yeah, you know, those little Terran Marines are like hungry little bunches of munchkins, dude. I mean, honestly, they're just like, they take food up like crazy, but those tanks, you know. But, I mean, look at inside of his base. I mean, he's
just making a mess right now. He's building 3 starports and 3 factories.
I mean, he's even
going
doing
mass mech on the low ground here. This is really funny.
Yeah, he's even got the double armories going. I mean, he's just so far ahead right now, and throwing down this gold right in Dwango's face, because he could see that this command
yeah, he
center
actually
is floating.
can see this with the sensor tower, can't he?
Yeah, he
That's
can.
Embarrassing. There's a little red dot on where you thought there was rocks. I wonder
yeah.
what that is.
So, but I mean, right now he is just so far ahead in food. He's like twice the food of Dwango right now. Dwango really needs to just like he's finally getting his third up, you know, and I believe it's a little too late, but
It is. There's actually very little he can do here. I mean, the best option really would be, and as I say that, he loads up a bunch of medevacs, but really would be dropping and trying to pull this army as far away from his base as possible, so you can secure more and more bases and just try to get back into this fight. But as Erock approaches closer and closer to 200 food, there's not going to be a whole lot he can do, because as soon as Erock's at 200, why not push, because he's collecting money to rebuild, so...
Yeah, I completely agree. And his upgrades are just out of this world right now. As you can see, he's at 2-2 upgrades. And Dwango is still has no upgrades at all, does not have stim, does not have any combat shield. So he's pretty much fighting this war naked right now in upgrades, unfortunately.
I'm actually very surprised that he didn't go and rebuild combat shield. Yeah, did he lose that barracks at the front? Because, oh, here comes the engagement, though.
Yeah, the engagement is happening right now. He's stimming up into that siege tank line, and he's going to be just all over the place with this. And these tanks do not have any type of buffer, so unfortunately, these siege tanks are out of range. But you know, with the amount of marauders and medevacs and that one hero marine being healed, takes out that tank line with no problem whatsoever.
Absolutely. So getting back to what I was saying, yeah, he has 3 barracks, all with reactors now, and I'm not sure why, but he never rebuilt that tech lab and never got stim, which I think is a critical mistake. You can't have bio without stim this late in the game. That's such a huge mistake.
That is correct. But right now, Dwango did do a drop in his main. He just took out a barracks right now, and he's just spreading out his units just so that the siege tanks don't take him out. But right now, he's just whittling down all of those buildings. But now he's Dwango, or Erock, is finally bringing up this Marine Marauder force to just take out this little bit of a harassment at his main.
Still not moving.
Oh, but he's losing a tech lab and another tech lab, and he's going to be losing this other barracks, so I'm not sure if this is worth it. Wow, look at that. That's so bad of a concave. Finally pushing in and taking out everything. But, oh, man.
The concave was really bad, but Dwango definitely should have lifted and left once he saw the army show up. There's no reason to lose all those Marines for free.
And that barracks does go down either way.
Especially if you're so far behind in unit production. I mean, he probably has no way of knowing that for sure, but you could tell, like, just load up and leave, harass some other bases. You know, you can fly around and notice that, like, there's a lot of these bases that are taken, and do something about it.
Yeah,
you can even see the third mining on his vision with the,
with
the sensor tower. That's got to be just such a terrible thing to see. All those SCVs moving around.
And right now, Dwango's really going to be putting, you know, the white flag up. There it goes, the GG.
There's the GG.
Oh man, what a rough day at the office. Because I guess that code from CS1 did not work in this game for Dwango. Because there is a Cal level in StarCraft 2. That's right, sir. Thank you very much.
Yes, indeed.
Yes. So, unfortunately, Dwango loses game 1. Erock steals this game away from him. Oh, man. What could have Dwango done to actually solidify, maybe even can't come back into this game?
Honestly, as soon as he lost the mining on his expo at first, that's when he should have started doing drops. He still had Banshee tech. He could have definitely either built some Banshees or loaded up some of those Marines into medevacs way sooner and started poking around. You know, there's a lot of bases, especially that island base, that he could have just dropped on, done a little damage, pulled back into his main, and then just kept doing that and going back and forth and forcing Erock to pull back, to pull his whole army and to try to defend his SCV lines as much as possible, and then he could have gotten way ahead that way. But unfortunately, he probably didn't have the multitasking to be able to do that and defend his front.
That maybe so. And, you know, I think it was funny, though, that, you know, Dwango really went a tech build and Erock went in a very heavy economic build. And it just shows that Erock was in it for the long run, whereas Dwango really wanted to put it down really quick for Erock. But unfortunately, you know, I guess you could say he got confused with this tech because he got a lot of tech early on, but just couldn't make that decision early on. So, you know, Erock just pulled it out the rug from under him, really. So, and
absolutely.
We also want a big thank you. Wow. we really want to give a big thanks to our sponsors, Nerd Reactor. That's right. You know, check them out. It's at nerdreactor.com. And, you know, also, this is game 1. We're going to be going to game 2. See you soon.